Hi, beautiful Gemini. Welcome to New Era, I think this channel is called. My name is Emma. So we're going to do reading today for your end of the year transition, end of the year energy, end of the year coming into the new year. We're going to start with the general message, general energy, and then go deeper and deeper into the energy. And at the very end, we're going to look at your angels, see if your angels have some extra messages for you. If you hear a dog snoring in the background, know that it's not me. It is the dog. Okay, what do we have for Gemini, please? Towards the end of the year, just this wrapping up as you come towards the end of 2024 and enter into 2025. What do we have for Gemini, please? And I believe we just had the full moon in your sign. As I'm recording this anyway, I'm on the 19th as I'm recording it. What do we have, please, for Gemini? Gemini. Wow. This really didn't feel movement either. That's weird. Okay. So either like the message can be that you're approaching something or like you're going about something that you feel is a little bit like you don't like the movement, or you don't like the story of your life. And I know I'm generalizing now. Can I just also say about the lighting? It's a weird light. I'm trying to move around my little desk, my little mini office. I'm sitting in Sweden and it's like it's broad daylight. It's midday and the daylight is just really weird, because even if it's daylight, it's not light. It's a weird light. And I have the most sort of electric lights on in here that I can, and still it's a little bit murky is what I'm looking at. So I do apologize for that. Okay, so it can be that you're feeling like there's something that you wished move more quick. And I was about to say, that's the story of your life, feeling like that you have to practice your patience all the time. It can be that you feel like people around you are not like equally quick as you are, or don't catch up easily or as fast as you are. It can be that you want, like, from the moment you have an idea to when you want to sort of see that idea through, like it should happen like that, like you're really quick. And so the fact that nothing is coming out, and usually I sense that, okay, now a card is about to come, or I sense we can just really want a specific card here, that there's like, at least there's movement towards that, but I didn't feel anything. Like I'm shuffling and I don't feel any movement. So it can just be a feeling of like there's no movement in this, in a particular area. You might not just be life overall. You might feel like there is movement in life, but there might be something in particular that just doesn't move as fast as you would like, okay? So having that said, delivering that message, if that sort of frees it up, a card should now come out, if that was the message. And at least now I start to feel movement. So just know that when you're coming from a place where you have felt stagnant, or have felt like there's not fast enough momentum that you would like, that, yeah, we're gonna sort of go a round or two before we're starting to see movement. And wow, cheer up, live in the moment. So, okay, so Gemini, for some of you guys, it literally is that you feel a little bit under the weather. It can be that you're having a cold, you're just sort of coming down with something, be feeling a little bit feverish. It can be that it's like sometimes really heavy, as it is right now. They're like, the energies that are coming online to this planet can be extraordinarily, strong and electrifying, and like it can really, really almost sort of have you feel like you can't function correctly. So that can make you feel a little bit lower. But for the majority of Gemini here, I feel like I feel this little fairy thingy is walking on the bottom of the ocean. and she's stretching the best that she can to sort of come up to the surface. And I feel like these are emotions, these are held back emotions or held back feelings that you have either on purpose held back, like you know that you have been holding something in, or it's like really like latent, like really from childhood or really from young adolescence, or like anything where we have sort of just shut down the emotional body is now coming out to the surface. Like, and you might even do this on purpose. You might even, go to workshops or do healings or sit in meditation, do all of these things, and allowing these emotions to rise to the surface. So you might really be on like you might be really be oh yep. You might really be aware. It's almost like those flashes of light. Do you see those coming in here? Like a lot of light coming in. And so as you're shining a light on something, take a flashlight into the dark, whatever dark room, and whatever you're pointing that light, the darkness is going to be lit up. So it might be that you're really emotional, or like having really highs and really lows within 1 hour, or it can even be like a little bit of a confused energy, like you're not super clear about certain like directions, like not really fully knowing. I know for sure I have this thing, and I know several people right now feel that if you usually feel like you want to do certain things, then usually right there's like a path, there's a guidance, or like a direction. But I just feel like it's a lot of nothingness right now, if that makes sense, like a lot of non-directional guidance. It's like, no, you just sit tight, and until there's a direction, or until there's some sort of guidance or inspiration, you don't move, and that can be a little bit tricky sometimes. It feels like, what? I need to plan, and then it doesn't work that way. We just sort of have to sit through whatever wants to come up to the surface right now. Okay, so going deeper into this, what do we have for Gemini, please? Live in the moment. Be as present as you possibly can. Disruption and spiritual union. So on one hand, we have a Tower, and then we have the spiritual union card. This is really interesting. And don't be alarmed, because the Tower, when it comes out together with a love card like that, or a spiritual union card, and we have a disruption. It might just be that you are like, it's a happy Tower. But it's like something that comes in with such force and such power, and like I said, that flashlight going into a room, like that's going to light up everything that sort of have been in the dark. Like everything is going to be shown. And so with that Tower energy, with the spiritual union, whether that is on a very ethereal level, like you really are opening up to other dimensions and making connection. I just feel like people are making connections left and right now with their galactic families, with higher dimensions, with light beings, with whatever you have, grace, even standing in your bedroom. And it's like a situation where it can really like be like act as a Tower moment, meaning if you don't speak tarot language, like a Tower moment would be that something just comes in, and energy comes in and just sort of blasts everything is, if I were to speak like in a very 3D way, I would say seemingly, to me, nothing is seemingly out of nowhere. It just isn't. There is a, creeping up. There's a whisper going on. And if you don't pay attention to that whisper, it can look like seemingly out of nowhere. There's, you were let go from work. Someone wants a divorce. Something major is taking place in your body, and you sort of didn't see it coming. This is also when, like, the opposition of that, like when something's really positive, but like it comes in as I would take this as a first time you have a really strong connection with a guide, or with like your higher power, or God/the universe makes a visit, in your body, and is like, oh my God, what was that? It's not unnoticed in any way, shape, or form. It's like when something comes fully, it just comes online and it shakes everything up. If it's more like a meeting of the minds, or like if it's ethereal and very spiritual and very like non-physical, it can be just the initial interaction or the initial initiation with this energy can feel like a tower moment. If this is, it doesn't have to be either or. It can be that you are also coming together with a person that is earthbound, a person, and a human that also sort of have that impact in your life, that they're like coming in with such force and such power that it just shakes everything up. Okay. We want to go deeper here. What do we have for Gemini, please? I mean, it's a clear opening of the third eye, so you might just really come online. Like, if you were intuitive before Gemini, the intuition will come out of your ears. It's not third eye anymore. It's third ear. it's when you might have felt before who was going to call you, like on the phone, or who was sending you hear a little ping in the phone and you know exactly who it is. But now it's like, it's just almost like just a next level come online where you just know exactly what's going on. You talk to one person, it's like you know their whole life story. It's just becoming really clear. Rest and reconsider. This is usually when, like, don't rush anything. Gemini, I know this is a hard one for you, but like, don't rush anything. Rest and reconsider. Sit down and think about what's going on. Take your time, take your moment. If there's a feeling of like, and I mean, around the holidays right now, I know there's a lot of people feeling really stressed out. And if you can sort of just take 5 minutes, just even 5 minutes in between, and just sort of take a breather, will really serve you so well. It can also be that if you're saying yes to a whole bunch of things, to just sort of slow down and just do 50%, if you can cut that out. And I understand if we're supposed to see family, or we're supposed to be all these places, that it might be a little bit tricky around this particular time to do that. But just in general, if you can sort of just take a moment and look at what it is that you're doing, and not so much go to the next place and the next place and the next place. Because I feel that this energy that is trying to enter, this energy that wants to sort of have a place in your heart and wants to be a part of your life, a part of your setup somehow, whether that is non-physical or physical, it requires for you to create enough space so that this energy even can enter. And you might be like, we're starting out with this saying, there's no card, there's no movement, there's no, like maybe you're waiting for something to really pick up speed or space or momentum, and it just doesn't. And you wonder, like, you think it's on the other end, but then take a look at yourself. How much space are you creating? How much momentum and like the allowance of how much of it are you creating yourself? If you're constantly on the go, there's no space, there's no room to allow it in, if that makes sense. If there's not enough stillness, it just can't enter. And also, that quietness, what I started with, when I shuffled and no card came out and there was no movement, that can be a message in itself that, we just need this. We don't need another card. We don't need any movement. We just need to sit still for a moment and just take a breather. Sounds like I'm yelling at you a little bit. Simply love. And one more. And spread your wings. So this is really gorgeous. This is the energy that you want to come into. Wow. So We have simply love here. So I just see, so you see this grown man with this boy, and I just feel with it's number 6, so it's love and harmony, balance even. I just feel like there's information that's being passed down right now. It can be that literally you're getting information from your father or your grandfather or great grandfather, or also obviously mom, grandma, great grandma, and so forth. Like there might be a passing down of information, like you're just getting information from the elder generation, like something's being passed down to you, like you're starting to pick up all this information that has always been in the family, and they have been wanting to passing this down to you and for you, maybe for a while, but it's like now you're open to it. This can also be a situation where, because I have this spread your wings here, and this is very much about the meeting point, like we're receiving this information right now, and it can also be like, okay, it's like you're the student and we have a teacher, and it's like it's time to come online with this. It's time to sort of step into your ethereal non-physical contact. It really is time. Or again, and it doesn't have to be either or, it can be both. If this is you wanting like this meeting point with another person, or with an opportunity of whatever kind of opportunity it is that you're searching for, that you want sort of an interaction or the intertwining of that meeting point, that it has so much to do with whatever you're receiving, the information that you're receiving right now, and sort of having that meeting point as we walk. So I see this person with open arms, and she's having like a clear channel. There's a flash of light, or there's a light coming in there again. And I just realized, even in this, if we look closely here, do you see that there's a light like sitting up top of that head? Like this light there is with you at all times, and it's like they just want you to make that connection. And as you have that light, you have the crown chakra open, and you just keep moving forward. At some point, there is like you stay open and you do you, and you get still enough. You get quiet enough. You don't fill your calendar to the limit, you know? And sometimes I need a whole day to just sort of regroup from 3 or 4 days of a whole lot of things. I just need a whole day, maybe even 2 days, to just sort of regroup and just be with me and do basically nothing. Have some meals, watch some series or YouTube videos or like whatever, or just sit in meditation. Yeah, it can sometimes take a long time to just sort of, so I'm not talking about like an hour. If you do an hour and then you're up and running again, it might not help. So you have to feel like your own, what's your own, like, and there it happened. There it came down to the earth again. Tessa? I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. I just realized I probably just sort of yelled into the microphone and then made a squeaky sound that probably had your ears fall off. I do apologize. It's my little doggy that I won't have until I have one more day, and then she's gone. She's having a very interesting ritual before she can. So maybe, I mean, I don't believe in coincidences, so maybe just incorporate that into the reading. She has a very particular ritual before she can lay down. She sort of scratches together the in this case the sheet, and she then like she then walks like, I'm not kidding, she can walk like 10 laps around before it's like there's the place where I'm supposed to lay down. So if you are that way, Gemini, that you need a very specific routine, like you really need to feel like this is my routine. You need to have that routine in order for you to feel good. Or it can be that like take your time, do a little scratching of the sheet, and then like if you have to like walk around 10 laps, 10 little circles before like there it is, then like take your time. Take your time. Okay, moving forward, there's going to be a meeting point. You just do what you do and you create enough stillness and enough space, and you just, there's like, on your path, there's a meeting point. There's a light coming in as you keep moving forward. So I just feel also like, don't sit around, wait. And it sounds like I'm speaking exactly against what I just said. When I say don't sit around and wait, I don't mean jump off the couch and run outside. Go outside and run. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying you can have like a mental feeling of everything is stagnant, is not happening in the way that I want it to happen. Or you can have like you can be up and running or sitting down thinking that. Or you can have like a feeling of, this is happening in all good time. I'm moving exactly in the pace that I'm supposed to. I'm creating as much space in stillness and calm that I can, and you can be up and running thinking that, and you can be sitting down thinking that. So just have the mental image, like, I just keep moving forward. I am staying open, and there will be an interaction. There will be a meeting point. And I feel like this is probably, for some of you Geminis, this is two things. Like, there's a big coming in, like a big ethereal, non-physical sort of meeting point. There's something will really truly open up for you. And simultaneously that there might be a meeting with a person that's going to be like super, super important for you. They might already be in the surrounding of you. You might already have interacted with them, but and there it began, if that makes sense. So receiving a lot of information, taking a lot of downloads or wisdom that wants to be passed down to you, it feels like you're more open to that right now. Interesting. So we have like the things are coming up from within, like from the deepest, darkest places. Like they're coming online, they're coming up to the surface. As this light is coming in, as this strong light is just entering your life right now, we have a strong and quick like shift. There is a tower situation that's just it's almost like a before and an after. Where this happens is like a big, like, wow, when that happened, that just kick-started something for you. And we have that spiritual union between you and the higher power, between you and another person, that causes that higher power, however that wants to show up for you. And then we have rest and reconsider, which maybe is the most important card that has come out here today. You're not going to do that forever and ever. You're just going to do it every once in a while, and you're going to do it to create enough space so that whatever new thing, person, energy wants to enter is allowed to enter, can enter. And then we had the last ones. Okay, I'm going to just see what the angels want to tell you. We have two twos, which is all about balance. Creating balance in your life. I'm not really keen on the work-life balance type of stuff, because I think that life is life. But I think that there's a balance, like to just whatever you're doing in your day, whether that's work or staying home or doing a hobby or doing some sports or doing like whatever it is that you're doing, that there's a balance to it within you. Okay, what do you want to tell Gemini, please? Oh. It's up to you. How annoying is that? Gemini? It's up to you. Okay, that was it. And I got really itchy on my right hand. So maybe someone has had like a lot of itching going on lately in your skin. I mean, here in Sweden, I could just sort of address that saying, well, it's getting really cold and really dry here, so there can be a lot of itching because of that. But I just feel like the itchiness, like the wanting to get on with it, wanting to let something through, wanting to, like the nervous system is working overtime, and yeah, that can be due to the itching as well. No, the itching can be due to that as well. Okay, it's up to you. This is so annoying. It's when you say like, that's your responsibility to change everything. But it is really up to you, which is also a blessing, that whatever you want to change or whatever you want to let in or whatever you want to see happen moving forward, it really is up to you. I see these angel wings there, right? They've started to open up. And the rest is like it's up to you to then create enough space, enough stillness, enough to just create the continuation of this. That is your doing. Or if it just sort of stays there. We got going a little bit, but it just stays there. It really is up to you to make it happen. Continue on working on yourself. Continue on listening in. Use your intuition. Pay attention. Tessa? Hej! Har vi krafsat färdigt? Can become a little bit manic. So, are you manic about your rituals, Gemini? Tessa? Tessa? Jo. Jag tror att du kan lägga dig nu. Okay. Sorry, guys. It's up to you, Gemini. Good to know. You hold the power. That's what I have for you, beautiful people. This is for towards the end of the year. As I'm looking at the clock, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So to me, this is just truly a process. And you might wonder, like, what kind of clock do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 12 and 34. No, we don't have that everywhere, right? It's just that when we turn over to 13, you don't have that. Then you have 1 p.m. Certain countries, but we have then 13, which is the 1 p.m. So 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4 was not weird at all. Meaning it's a true progress. It's a true process going on right now. And this is a reading for the end of the year, probably coming into the new year, that this is going on. Okay? Happy holidays, happy new year, all of that. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye, Gemini.